Okay. We're at the Matney Knob trailhead this morning, going to hike the Matney Knob trail, and should only be probably 4 miles or so round trip out and back, depending on exactly where you go. There's a couple trails that go down to the White River that would extend that probably. This is the northern terminus of the Sylamore section of the Ozark Highlands trail, and from here to the next completed leg of the trail, which is over at North Fork Dam, there's some ways to get through there, road walk, different things, but that next section from here is not completed yet. I think the total distance of this trail from Spring Creek over to Moccasin Creek and up to here is probably around 35 miles or so. We're not going to tackle that today. This is just a kind of a fun hike back in here, see what this trail is like. I've never been here. The trailhead is right off Highway 341, which is also called the Pooch Mountain Road. And for a good part of this trail, it's just off to our left a little ways, so you will hear traffic noise every once in a while. Today is June 9th, 2023. I don't know how bad the ticks and stuff are on this trail, but I sprayed down pretty good just in case. I can tell you the spiders are starting to come out. I've walked into several small spider webs. They're not really bad yet, but there's a few. Well, you can see what the trail is like ahead. So I'm going to stop filming for a little while till we get closer to the White River. So I'll cut it off for now and pick it up then. Well, this is the first overlook over the White River. Of course, with all the trees leafed out, there's not a whole lot to see right now. Once you get into leaf off in the fall and winter, be a lot prettier view. Okay, at this point the trail is going uphill, as you can see, so I'm going to shut it off for a little bit and make my way up. Okay, we've been trucking along pretty much the same kind of trail, other than we did have a couple pretty steep uphills, so be aware of that if you're going to come back in here. There's some nice long uphill grades on just the Matney Knob portion of the trail. Looks like it's leveled out a little bit here. We got the power lines going up to the top. You can see it much from here, but there's a cell phone tower up there on top. Up here somewhere we should hit the access road to that. And there's, looking back out the other way, you can see Pooch Mountain Road down there at the bottom and out across the valley. Okay, well, I'll film for a little bit here while hopefully we'll be getting to the access road to the tower. you have several options here. You can go up to the tower, which of course there's no access to the cell phone tower. And you may not get much of a view, especially with leaf on. But you can go up there and turn around and come back. And that'll be probably close to 3.5, 4 miles. Or you can go on straight, don't go up the access road, and make your way over to where the Highlands Trail crosses 341 and heads south. I think the next trailhead is Brushy Creek, maybe? I don't recall exactly. You'd have to look at a map. But that's the one that takes off and goes all the way down 341 back and forth across it here. So you could do that. I said that's more of a backpacking journey. Or there is another trail up there that takes off to the right and goes down a bunch of steps down into the White River Valley. Which would probably be an interesting trail to do. Just not sure I'm up for the climb back out today. So we'll see. I may climb up to the cell phone tower and turn around there. Okay, you can see the trail going ahead. I'm going to turn the camera off a little bit, pick it up in a few. Okay, well, looks like we've hit the road up to the cell tower. Got a sign here for the Ozark Highlands Trail. Looks like it must go off that way, I would guess, but I'm not going to try and go on out to the other end where it ties into 341. I think I'll just turn and try to do the base Matney Knob trail and work my way up to the cell phone tower here. This will give you a good workout. You won't need your stair climber. Okay, you can see what it's like. I'll turn it off till we get closer to the top. Okay, well, made it up the road. That's a decent little climb coming up there. Looking at the trees, I don't think you'll get much of a view, but this is the basic, if you will, Matney Knob Trail. Leaves the trailhead, comes over, hooks into the access road, and you follow it on up here to the top. Leaf off in the fall or the winter. Yeah, this might be decent. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's a good climb. Well, if you get here by the Highline pole, I guess you get a little bit of a look on down the other side of the mountain. You can see Poosh Mountain Road way down in there. But the rest of it's pretty well cut off by trees. Well, it took me right at an hour to get here. So when I checked the GPS, I figured that's going to be pretty close to 2 miles. So out here and back will be close to 4 miles. And that's about all I wanted for today. Have to come back another time, try some of the other trails that are on down to the south of where I'm at. All right, get back in the shade for a little bit. I'll get a drink of water. Looks like I need to tighten my shoelaces, and then we'll get started back. Okay, coming back down from the tower, just to kind of keep your eye out on the left. Here's your trail marker where to head back toward the trailhead. You can see Poosh Mountain Road right down there. I'm going to walk down just a little bit and see if there's a spot where the trail takes off onto the south, just to show it. But it can't be very far because, like I said, there's the highway right there. Well, I don't know that I see a trail sign, but that sure looks like that may be it right there. And there may be a white blaze back here on this tree. So your trail to go on south looks like it takes off over there. I'll show you the blaze I'm talking about. I believe it's pointing that way. that white blaze up there on that tree angling to the right. So I believe there's your trail on south if you're going through. Well, I'm going to shut it down for a while and work my way back up here to my trail and start heading back to the trailhead. See you in a little bit. Okay, this is on the way going back to the trailhead, and you can get, this is a little spur trail off the main trail, and you can get to it coming or going. I just didn't do it on the way out, but this is probably the best view you've got of the White River Valley out in through here. Got good long views cross country. Anyhow, so that's about it. We're, I don't know, most of the way back. I'll shut it down and get a little shot when we get back to the trailhead. Okay, we are coming back to the trailhead here. Definitely on the good section of the trail. This trail does have some fluctuations in it. The first part of it is nice wide tread. It's really a good trail. And the latter part, or the part, the middle on in, or up to the tower, the part that is trail, not the road, kind of becomes a single track. It's not overgrown as far as the tread goes. In some areas it's a single track. There, let him get out of the way. In some areas of the single track, the weeds alongside the trail are getting up pretty high. And I'd definitely think about long pants. Depending how sensitive you are to some of that stuff, maybe think about a long sleeve shirt. But anyhow, it's a nice little trail. 2 miles out, 2 miles back. We did it in right at 2 hours. So it's a nice little hike, not too far from town. Here's the trailhead. It does have a little registration box here for you to sign in. So this is Matney Knob Trailhead, and right off Highway 341, just south of the bridge over the White River. So had a good time today. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.